Good morning, YouTube. Hope everybody is having a good Saturday so far. See a bunch of people in the chat. Appreciate you guys coming out this morning. Big night last night. We revealed the finalist for the Comic Book Community Awards, so we're going to talk a little bit about that today. Chop, good morning. Gene, appreciate you coming out. Scotty, good morning. Main event, appreciate you coming out. Zach is here. Good morning. Jacob, thanks for coming in. Digger Jim is here. Morning, Jim. Just making sure I'm not missing anybody who's here so far. Everybody's saying good morning, everybody. Appreciate you guys. Oh, and Mr. Nick's Kicks and Comics. Guys were hanging out. Nick was hanging out with DJ last night. Caught a little bit of that in between the live stream I had going. Pretty good show. They gave away a ton of prizes over there. Trev is here. Good morning, Trev. Mark is here. Good morning. Yes. Yeah, that gets me, that clip always gets me fired up. So, yeah, Mark was hanging out with DJ last night as well. Caught, like I said, caught a little bit of that. Promiscuous Time Traveler. I'm surprised you guys are not still streaming over on the Whack Comics hangout from yesterday. That thing went for like, I don't know, 15, 16, I don't know how many hours. That stream was just never ending. Just catching up, Remy Q is here. Good morning, Remy. Appreciate you coming in. Remy was hanging out too. Everybody was hanging out over at DJ's channel last night. Caught a little bit of that. Taku, good morning. You're up early, sir. Thanks for coming in. Pull List Examiner. Appreciate you being here. There he is, the comic vet who had a big night with the Comic Book Community Awards. A lot of the channels did. Appreciate you guys jumping in this morning. Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about that. So obviously last night we announced the finalist for the second year of the Comic Book Community Awards. So if you haven't seen that, go check it out. But also we have, everything's listed up on the website, cbcawards.org. Let me run this banner for you guys. And the one thing, I guess what I did add this year, let me share it. What I did add this year, sorry, looking at the chat. Where are we? So all of the finalists are listed on the CBC Awards, but there are links to their YouTube channel are also included. So if there's any channels that you're unfamiliar with, you can just easily click on the link on the webpage and go to their YouTube channel and check them out. So just I thought make it a little bit easier. So if you're, like I said, not familiar with those channels, you can go check them out. So, and all of, here are all the finalists. We have a full list of all of the nominated channels that received nominations this year. And there were over 400 channels, and that's the schedule. So finalist voting's open until November 12th. So you got plenty of time, but I've seen a bunch of votes already coming in last night and this morning. So appreciate everybody who's voted already. Will, good morning. I think Will is on vacation. Stopping in on his vacation. Appreciate that. Where's Chop? I missed Chop. I thought I had Chop earlier. And now we can officially, Chop was here earlier. We can officially get started now that Chop is here. Madam is here. Good morning. Madam and Master Blaster, a finalist, a number of people, right? Comic Vet, Legion of Comics, Otaku, and Namen, a bunch of nominations. So really, I was excited to announce the finalists because I thought it was a really Although we have, some channels that were nominated in a few different categories, there are a lot of new channels that were nominated. So really, really cool. Aggressively, good morning. But yeah, so like I said, just try to make it easy if you are unfamiliar with those channels. So definitely go check them out. And that's kind of leading into our shout outs this morning. I'm going to shout out all of the finalists. So just go check out the website, and you can, like I said, you can link. They're all linked there. So it's the entire group of finalists. Definitely go check them out. And also all of the sponsors who have sponsored an award category this year. That's a pretty big list as well. So thank you to those channels: Digger Jim, X11 Bravo, Comic Book Worm, Minutia Minute, Cole's Comics Claims, More Life and Travel, Trev, the Shipping Guru, Master and Madam Blaster, J80 Hobbies, Sleepyn Comics, Anachronic Comics, Rob's Fat Stacks Old Comics, and Phil's Comics and Arts. So all of their links are in the description for this video. So definitely go check them out. Thank you to everybody. Everybody who's voted. I shared out on Instagram last night all of the finalists, and everybody was sharing it and commenting on it. So really good to see. I mean, that's the idea behind the awards, is to help celebrate the community, and hopefully bring the community together. So Comic Cap, congrats on your nomination in the comic book pressing and cleaning category. That was an interesting category because there were a lot of nominations for channels that came in that really didn't fit the criteria that do. I know there are a number of channels, the Rogue Trader, Erod, 212, they all do pressing for the community. A lot of community members use them to do pressing and cleaning, but they don't highlight it on their channels. So that category was really just channels that have produced content with their techniques of pressing and cleaning. That was a kind of an interesting category. And there's, Mr. Jerry, who does nothing but mainly, 99% of his videos are on pressing, cleaning, restoration, and his techniques. So we were really tried to be very follow the rules on that one, and make sure that channels that were nominated in that category fit the category and actually produced content related to that. So really cool. It's good to see. And the other thing I think is the tiers that we added, the different sub tiers, I think helped level the playing field. Some of the other categories, you see some smaller channels, some bigger channels. So it's tough to be able to add tiers to every single category. If we did that, we'd have 60 different award categories. So hopefully that, helps. So Cole and his mustache, congratulations to you both on your nominations in the, the best facial hair, hands, hair category. Congratulations. I mean, that is one of my favorite categories. Just catching up. Joffrey, yeah, good morning, Joffrey. Yeah, Jerry does amazing work. If you look at some of those other channels, they have, some good body of work as well. But I'm not sure if anybody does more content on that subject of pressing, cleaning, restoration than Jerry. So, but definitely cool to see. Joe's here. Good morning, Joe. Yeah, that's a tough one. I was honored to be nominated along. I received a bunch of nominations, which I really do appreciate. But I'm certainly I appreciate that the community recognized that. But like I said, the awards are really to celebrate the community. Hopefully, bring the community together, have a little fun. Recognize all the great work, creative work that people do, and 99% of us, it's a hobby. It's a secondary thing that we do. So, but there are some really, great channels, Gary B, Grow Together Initiative. Gary was one of the first channels that I saw doing shout outs and things like that when I jumped on YouTube. So really, really cool. Just honored to be nominated with some of those other great channels. So, but it's nice to see some of the other shows that I watch and that I think are popular with the community. Get recognition. Only Slab Hub. That's just such a great show, showing off what we're all into. Just great, great comic books. So really cool. But like I said, so my shout outs. Yeah, and Chop, you would know that, right? I just saw you do the unboxing of the book that you want on his channel and that he sent off to you, which he did a pretty good amount of work on before sending it off. So really, really cool. So, yeah, and there were a number of categories that we kind of kicked around that we didn't add because we went from 11 categories to 22, and so there were other categories that we wanted to add. Maybe best duo. We talked about maybe an NFT category, right? Because there's a lot of content that people are talking about around NFTs. There were a lot of different categories that we considered, but that didn't make the cut. So, and I think that'll be that'll be something that that we evolve every year. We could see, categories drop off and others come on. So, that'll continue to evolve, and I think that ties into the community. Whatever the community is into, we'll be working, with that. So I think we could see that. So yeah, Chris, and Chris was another. Chris actually almost, because I'll give you a little bit behind the scenes. And two of the channels are in here today. So Chris actually got a lot of nominations in the best hands category for his salute, but he didn't have enough to make the top 5. So that's a little bit behind the scenes. People recognize that, and there were a lot of votes too for Madam Blaster for her hair in that category as well. But she just didn't have enough nominations to make the cut. So it's interesting to see the nominations. How many people? Like I said, there's well over 400 channels that got nominated, and we're taking the top 5 nominated channels to make the finalist. So there are a lot of things that you don't see behind the scenes. So yes, well, Comic Journey, I think with your absence for a little while earlier this year during the nomination process, I think you're here, I can do this for you. I'll do my Comic Journey. These didn't get nominated because you just weren't around. So I think that was your downfall. So hopefully you'll rebound next year. So I mean, the biggest rigged guy got nominated, Taylor Winder, in best review category. So if you want to consider something rigged, you might want to look at that category. Ken, good morning. Appreciate you coming in. So we always do shout outs this morning. So like I said, the shout outs are all to all of the finalists, and their links are all on the CBC Awards website. And again, to all of the different sponsors who supported categories this year, their links are down in the description. So yeah, Chop is everywhere. So yeah, we love Jerry too. He's got a great channel. A lot of great channels in the community. So I'm way behind on the chat here. No. Is the Comic Book Community Awards going to have competition now? The Comic Journey Awards. but yeah, so fun night to be able to announce it. I've been one of the probably the oversights I did this year was I had too much time in between when nominations closed and the finalists were revealed. So we had to work with the committee to get everything finalized, and it was probably done 10 days ago. So I could have done it a little bit earlier, but I had the schedule set. So I've been sitting on the finalist for, like I said, for about 10 days, and it's been hard not to share that with anybody. So, Brian, good morning. Thanks for coming in. uh, so, but yeah, it was, like I said, just that's one thing we'll probably tighten up next year is the time in between when nominations close and the finalists get revealed. All right, that's interesting. Certainly open to feedback. Um, that's it's an ongoing process, right? We'll continue to evolve the awards. I haven't heard too many negative things, so far this year. So we'll see. It's still early. The announcements were only made last night, but if you have feedback, let me know. I'd love to hear it. I'd love to hear it now, because what I'll do is, if anybody has comments or feedback, I'll include that in, I kind of keep notes so that when we start planning for next year, I can look back at that. And we also have a committee. We have a committee of 10 people this year who helped shape the awards. So if committee's open to anybody in the community, if you'd want to be part of the committee, I would ask that you jump on. I mean, I want to evolve it. I don't only want it to be about me and my decisions that I make. I want it to be more of a community approved award. So yeah, I do think there are, it's tough. There are some categories that are kind of wide open, and you have small channels and large channels there, but we try to do that, like I said, with the tiering of categories. So we'll see. But yeah, no, we're trying to flow, with what the community, community is, looking for. And so we'll pivot and adjust as we go. So, yeah, it is a great community. I think, there are some little, what I've found is there's some little pockets of the community, right? There's certain channels that, support and hang out with each other, in kind of a tight knit. But overall, everybody is really, pretty supportive of one another. It's hard to be able to watch everybody's content. There's so many great channels. So, you have these little pockets, you hang with a group of people, and I get that. But I think generally everybody is really supportive of one another, which is good to see. So. Yeah, I mean, we were trying to, I've been trying to do what I can. I've asked, it's, yeah, my channel is relatively small. I've tried to do as much as I could, sharing content every day out on Instagram, tagging people, hoping other channels would share it to help, reach the different corners of the community. But there were a number. So in year two, and I didn't look at the numbers, but there are a number of channels that received, new nominations this year. Some female creators. We tried to make sure it was a diverse group of nominated channels. Yes, there are some channels that received multiple nominations, but it's based on community nominations. So, well, like I said, we'll continue to evolve that, and then hopefully, as more people are aware of it and get on board, the list of nominations will grow, and then the finalists will be, different every year. So, I do the best I can, but I also need help from the community to help share it, right? Because there may be people that are watching your channel that don't know my channel. So, yeah, that was one of the things we had kicked around too, right? Because there are a number of great international channels, right? Whether it's Canadian, we have Australian, British, right? We've got, so there were a few, right? We had a couple of the Aussies, Simple Simon, Mad Spidey, Attention Seeking Geek, right? Different. I think he's a Britain channel, so we are trying to expand it, as best we can. But I do like that. I do like that idea because that way, um, we want to include everybody. So, um, so the picnic shirt. Maybe we'll call it the picnic shirt award. So, Phil, good morning. Congrats on your People's Choice nomination. So yeah, I mean, we have endless possibilities with categories. I do really like the best mustache, hands, hair category because I think that's a fun category, right? That's a little bit less competitive for, say, best series or things like that. And so I'd like to try to add more categories that are kind of in that vibe, just a fun category. So, but like I said, we'll continue to evolve it. But certainly feedback, if anybody has any thoughts, now that, the nominations and the, finalists are fresh in your mind, certainly let me know. So, well, I mean, at this point, you might be the only one, right? Because, Taylor Winder just covered up his cement wall behind him. So, um, well, I appreciate that. Yeah, no. I certainly understand that there's room for improvement. There will be continuing, room for improvement. I don't think we'll ever get it perfect, and we'll just continue to evolve. With the community, as the community grows and changes, we'll continue to, we'll continue to pivot and try to get it, as best, as we can. So. Um, Yeah, like I said, there were endless categories that we. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree, and that's why that is, the best hair, facial hair category is probably my favorite category, because it's just kind of so out there, right? It's just, yeah, best voice. I think best duo, right? We do have the project category, but you could have best duo, right? There's a lot of husband and wife, a lot of partners, people that always team up with each other. Mark from Legion and Comic Vet, Comic Tom and Gem Mint. Whether there are a lot of different duos. Bruce and Stephanie, right? That could be a category as well. We could have Comic Journey and the Kool-Aid Man could be nominated in that category, right? So a lot of different possibilities. But like I said, we'll continue to evolve it. So, um, but like I said, I was excited that we were able to expand the categories. Um, okay, I look forward to that. Actually, I'm going to be doing. I'd like to do a live stream, a panel, get some community members on and discuss it. Right? We'll kind of go through the different categories and the finalists and kind of review it. But always open to feedback. So, but yeah, no, thank you. Um, Yeah, that's another great one, right? Kind of the best unknown under 100 subs, right? Because there are so many great channels out there, that people may not recognize. So, um, I'm still finding new channels every day. People shouting out channels. So, it's important that we continue to support them. Brian, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, we had a number of votes come in right away. Um, No, yeah, we need that. We need that, right? Because and people have said that. I think there's been some feedback in the community, like, oh, people do comic book reviews and they like everything. So sometimes we need to be completely honest. So yeah, no, I appreciate that. I want to know, right? I want to make it as best we can. So if there's something you don't like, we'll try to incorporate, and pivot and make changes. So, best Chad, Um, yeah, well, maybe. Evil's here. Good morning. Congrats to Evil Mike too on his best review. Mike has been back recently, so really cool to see him get nominated. So um, cool. Yeah, will certainly add you. What we'll do is at the end of this year's awards, we'll kind of open up for committee members. Like I said, we had a number of people. We probably had 20 or 25 people want to be on the committee, and it basically some people dropped out, and we had 10 people, so 10 members of the community who helped shape the new categories this year, and review nominations and just help everything get settled for the finalists, because I definitely don't want it only to be me looking at the information. I definitely want to have other eyes, so that we everything's on the up and up, right? So Dale, good morning, appreciate you coming out. Just trying to catch up on the chat, making sure I'm not missing anything. Everybody's saying good morning. Where'd you get that? Good morning. Appreciate you coming out. Yeah, that's a possibility, right? Best live series or best live stream. But yeah, because there's certainly a lot of channels that do live streams, series week after week. So that's a good one. That's a good one to consider. Good morning. Appreciate you coming out. Empire's here too. Empire, good morning. Empire got nominated for Best Spec in the under 1,000 subcategory. So really cool to see that. So Jay is here. Good morning, Jay. Oh, okay. Well, what we have is, yeah, I mean, that's what the committee does. I mean, basically at this point, the committee will help me just validate the results. Once the finalists close, the committee will review and just kind of validate that, whoever got the most votes for the finalist, is declared the winner, right? I don't want any, I don't want myself to be the only person looking at that. So we'll have the committee look at that. So, oh, cool. Appreciate that. Yeah. And that's what it's about, right? We just kind of want to, um, yes, we do have breakfast. That's a good point. I appreciate you reminding me. We have several different options for breakfast this morning. So there it is. Breakfast has been served. So, um, but yeah, so that's it. Like I said, certainly open to feedback. We'll kind of wrap it up on the awards, but definitely go check out the website. All of the links are there. CBCAwards.org. All of the finalists, and this is where you can vote. You can vote here. And then all of the links to all of the finalist channels are there. So definitely go check it out. And you can review a full list of all the channels that received nominations as well. So trying to be as transparent as possible. So definitely go check that out. Yeah, I have. We're obviously we're gonna do a giveaway. We always do giveaways. And the only book I have a stack of books from this week. But the only book I read so far this week, just been busy with some of the comic book community award stuff, was Punisher #5. This was a really good read. This has been a really good story, right? Punisher dealing with taking over the Hand and dealing with Ares, God of War. So I still have a big stack of books to read, but this was at my top of my list. I really enjoyed it. So I don't know if anybody is reading Punisher, but definitely go check that out. No, he didn't get restoration. He was, I think, Tom. So restoration was, or did he? Maybe he did. I looked at his content, and he does have some videos on pressing and cleaning. Does he do it, often? No, but he did. He did. Well, maybe we could do best feet, right, or best tootsies. That could be, or maybe we just have the White Shadow Award, and we come up with some criteria around that. So, um, appreciate it, Jim. Yeah, hit that like button, right? It always helps. So, uh, Sheena's here. Good morning, HK wife. Appreciate you coming in. Um, yeah, just catching up on the chat. I'm way behind. So, um, well, we had Neil's comics and video games. He's been on Breakfast with Brian a few times, actually cooking breakfast for us. So maybe that's a whole nother a whole nother category. Well, so yeah, it's a bring your own breakfast show. Although we do highlight some of the breakfast foods, but yeah, it is a bring your own. Uh, uh, oh. Well, maybe we can get the comic book worm to eat some of the nominations. How's that? So, Kenneth is here. Good morning. Appreciate you coming in. Hope all is well with you. Um, yeah. Just this week was busy, and so I have still a pretty good stack of books to read. So, um, Uh, but yeah, no, all of the channels, one of the things too the committee did was to look at and validate, right? Because we did add some criteria to some of the categories. And believe it or not, go on, do the homework yourself. Go search Comic Tom's channel for cleaning, pressing, and there are some videos. Yeah, they may not be as detailed as others, like Jerry and some of the other channels that were nominated, but his channel is um, no, he's certainly not. That is not his main channel, but there are um, plenty of. He does have plenty of content on there about that subject. So you definitely go check it out and make sure I'm not talking smack. Yeah, right. Best hunt video, right, or best live out in the wild video could be a category. So yeah, I appreciate it, Mike. Mike, I see Mike's a lot of folks here. Yeah, 29 people in the chat. Really appreciate everybody coming out this morning. Um, best dancing girls, yes. Um, or maybe best music, right? There are some channels, right? I think of DJ Links as like rap battle, maybe some best rap or singers. I know there's a couple channels that do. Freaky Louie does some karaoke. So yeah, I mean, I think that the possibility, the category possibilities are almost endless. Um, so um, yeah, and we tried to fix that this year. So go take a look at those channels. I would encourage you if you question that to go check out the channels in your category, Jerry. And I think you see a lot of those. They may, like I said, they may not have the volume of content that you have on the subject, but they do have they do have pressing and cleaning. So. Uh, Joe is here. Good morning, Joe. Joe was nominated in two categories. I think best unboxing, his espresso mail call, and for his project, the Comic Book Crowd. So congrats, Joe. Well deserved. So yeah, that was another one that we considered, right? Because obviously, right, there's a lot of community members who draw sketch covers and doodles and Roscoe. There's so many. I'm drawing a blank. Oh wow, a couple channels just went right up. But yeah, that is certainly another category, right? Because there's so many talented people within the community from an art perspective, right? Phil, a bunch of people. So, well, I hope Bruno as well. No, never heard of DJ. I thought you were hanging with him last night. So, Cole and his mustache is back. So, but yeah, so that's it. Like I said, we're 40 minutes in almost, and all we've talked about was the awards. But again, thank you to everybody who nominated channels. Thank you to all the sponsors. Go check out the finalist list, a big list. So definitely go check them out. Spine Tick Sith, good morning. Appreciate you coming in. So yeah, we're gonna do. I guess that's pretty much it this week. We'll do our giveaway. So let me share my screen for the giveaway, and we'll wrap it up after the giveaway. Let's see. There we go. So hashtag finalists, and we will do a pull from the prize box. Just catching up on the chat, making sure I'm not missing anybody. Everybody's saying good morning to everybody. Appreciate you guys. So yeah, and I sent out, if anybody wants, I didn't bring them with me. If anybody wants a Comic Book Community Award sticker, just let me know. Send me a message on Instagram. I sent a bunch out this week, and I include them in anybody who wins anything will get one. So if you don't have one and would like one, just send me a message on Instagram, and we'll get you out some stickers. Sent out a bunch this week. But again, I appreciate everybody coming out. 28 people in the chat right now. Appreciate it. And like I said, I open to feedback. Sleepy, good morning. Appreciate you coming in. Open to feedback, on the award. So, yeah. So a lot of messages on Instagram. A lot of people excited to be nominated for the first time. So it was pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, we got 30 folks in here, 23 entries. So I'll give it another couple seconds here. So, yeah, I watched She-Hulk. I guess Thursday night. I enjoyed it. It was episode 1 is kind of a setup episode, right? To kind of giving you a little bit of the backstory. So, yeah, maybe we could add that, right? That's certainly a possibility. Here's Cole's. No, my last name is very close to that. So, yes, look at him. Look at me. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to try to get that scheduled probably in the next couple weeks. I'll probably do it either on a Monday or Thursday, Remy, because that seems to be well, you do your Thursday night. Let's talk about it. But yeah, probably a Monday or a Thursday for a live stream. But I'll let you know if anybody's interested. I've got two panels that I'd like to do. Kind of review the finalists for the awards. And talk about YouTube in general, things that, running a channel, things like that. So if anybody wants to be on any of those panels, let me know. Shop is here. Good morning. Yes, yeah, I think we did improve that. Although there are a number of channels that that were repeat, but again, it's based on community vote, right? So it's if somebody votes for their favorite channel in multiple categories that fit, that's what the that's what the community voted for. But I do agree with your earlier comment that we need to continue to spread the word to different channels to make sure that people are aware of it. All right, I think we're pretty much ready. We are ready to run this. Okay, I wasn't sure, but I'd love to have you on, Rebby. You talk about it a lot, so always good to have your opinion. All right, we're gonna run it. Joffrey, congrats. So we will do the random pull. Let's get rid of that. We got 5 books for Joffrey this morning. Let's see what we got. Amazing Spider-Man number 18.HU. This is from the 5th volume of Spider-Man, the last series. So that one for you, sir. 4 more. Fantastic Four, number 1. That's a great cover. 3 more. We've got Uncanny Avengers, number 1. We got 2 more. Wolverine, number 77. And this is a double issue here. We've got Wolverine, number 78. A couple great Wolverine covers. All right, and 1 more book. And we've got G.I. Joe. This is a one-shot. This is a thick book. So there you go. Congrats, Joffrey. I think I have your ad. I'm pretty sure I've sent something out to you before. If I don't, just send me. I'll message you on Instagram if I don't have your address, but I'll get those out to you with a couple comic book community award stickers. So, but that's it, guys. I'm going to wrap it up. I've been talking a lot over the last 24 hours between last night and today's stream. Appreciate everybody coming out and, like I said, supporting the awards. Get your votes in. Go support all the channels. If you're not subbed up to any of the channels, go check them out. Appreciate everybody coming out this morning, and we'll wrap it up. And Phil's got a live stream at 11 in about 15 minutes. So Philtastic's Comics and Art. Go check out his channel. We've got Tylex the Mighty's doing a hangout with you Hangout tonight, and then you have Spine Ticks tonight. There's no Only Slabs today. I think Rob is traveling, but you got a couple other great options for shows tonight, and this morning, right? And just in about 15 minutes. So appreciate everybody coming out. Will, appreciate you. Like I said, I think you're on vacation. Appreciate you stopping in. So. Yep, Spine Ticks tonight, Saturday night. Spine Ticks, always a good show, always a fun show. 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific. So definitely go check that out. Yep, Phil's channel in about 15 minutes. So, but yeah, we will leave you in honor of Jimmy G. I know Jimmy G's been around. He stopped in last week. He's got some internet issues going on, so he hasn't been around, but we will leave you with Jimmy's favorite part of my show. Have a good weekend, everybody. Thanks for coming out.
You down with LCS? You down with LCS? You down with LCS? Who's down with LCS? You down with LCS? You down with LCS? You down with